Hey guys, it's Sarah. So as requested, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play a basic level of If I Could Fly by One Direction. I've been playing piano for about 15 years, so I can play a pretty, advanced version, but for you guys who are just starting out, I'm going to try to really make this as basic as I can. I haven't really taught piano that much, but I'm using these videos to learn how to teach piano, and a lot of you wanted to learn, so I thought this was like the perfect opportunity. So I think for this video, I'm going to mainly focus on the right hand because that's the main melody. For this video, because I wanted to keep it simple, I wanted to play in the key of C. So that consists of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The key of C is basically the easiest key because there's really no flats, no sharps, it's just the white keys right here. So basically the song If I Could Fly is not really a hard song to figure out or play. You don't really jump a lot with your hand. There's a lot of songs where you're jumping a lot like this, but this song you're pretty much kind of staying in this general area of the keyboard. So key of C, we are starting on middle C. And on my keyboard, this is the third C from the left. On actual pianos, this would be the fourth C from the left, but this is not an 88 key piano. And how you can also find middle C is by looking at the patterns of the black keys. You have your group of threes, but see here in the middle, this is your group of two. So your C is always going to be below this first black key in the second pairing. So even if you go to this second pairing, this is going to be C. This is a C3. But again, this video is not to really teach piano, it's to teach the song, but I wanted to kind of have that understanding in the beginning. So anyway, on to the song. So I'm going to play the first part of the song for you guys, and then I will really break it down. If I could fly, I'd be coming right back home to you. Okay, so that might have seemed really difficult. Let's break that whole first sentence down. So the sentence, if I could fly, that consists of three notes, C, E, and G. And if you really want to get into music, this is a C major triad. And a triad is when you have a group of three notes and you're going up two whole steps and you're skipping these two notes in the middle. So we got C, E, G. And hand positioning is really important when you play piano. I won't go too much into it, but just for basics, if we're playing a C major triad, you're going to have your thumb on C, you're going to have your middle finger on E, and then you're going to have your pinky on G. So your hand should kind of look like this. So going back to the song, our hand doesn't really move for the first verse. So you're going to go, if I could fly, C, E, G, E. If I could fly, I'd be coming right back home to you. So we left off with our middle finger on E. This was the last note we left off on. What we're going to do is the next sentence starts on a C. I'd be coming right back home to you. So basically, if we know a scale, we're just going up the scale. So da 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 da. So you're going C, D, E. I'd be coming. Just going bum, 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 bum. Right back home to you. So we haven't used this F key yet. So basically, if we have our hands on the keyboard like this, like C, D, E, F, G, F is the fourth key in the C scale. So that means our fourth finger is going to be on F. Thumb, second finger, middle finger, fourth finger, pinky. C, D, E, F, G. So it would be right with your fourth finger, back, that's E, home, that's D, to, that's E, you, right back home to you. These keys are right next to each other, so it makes it really easy. So you're just gonna go right back home to you. Let's put that whole part all together. So again, starting on middle C, make sure your thumb is on C and all the rest of your fingers are right on D, E, F, and G. It just makes it easier. So remember your triad, C, E, G. If I could fly, I'd be coming. Now we're going to the F. That's our fourth finger. Right. Now we're going down. Back home to you. And the second sentence of this song is the same thing. Now instead of going, if I could fly, This sentence goes, I think I might. So instead of ending on E, you're going na na na. So again, that's like going down the scale. These keys are right next to each other. So middle finger, second finger, thumb. Might. And now this is the same thing as before. Might do anything, just ask me to. So that whole first verse stays pretty constant, pretty easy. Let's play it all together now. If I could fly, I'd be coming right back home to you. I think I might give up everything, just ask me to. Now if you got that down, you're probably already a pro. So the next part is the pre-chorus, and that goes, pay attention, I hope that you listen. I will let my guard down. Right now I'm completely defenseless. So as you notice, we haven't moved here. We haven't used any of these notes yet. The only notes we've been using so far is C, D, E, F, G. We've just stayed in this whole region. So the first note in the pre-chorus is E. And remember, our middle finger of our hand is going to be on E. Now if you notice, we're only playing two notes. Those two notes are E and G. So do you remember when I said this was our C major triad? This is the same thing except we're cutting out the C. We're just using the top two notes that would be a C chord. Pay attention, I hope that you listen. And now this part is kind of like what we played before. Na 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 na. C, D, E, C, E, D. I won't let my guard down. So that's like going up the scale again. Da da da. Thumb, second finger, middle finger. And then, just like the other sentence, this repeats. Right now I'm completely defenseless. Now, if you didn't hear, there was a little change to that at the end. Instead of going, this one is, remember, middle finger on E. Right now I'm completely defenseless. So you're just using these three notes, E, F, and G. So middle finger, fourth finger, and pinky. Right now I'm completely defenseless. So let's play that whole part again, but together. Pay attention, I hope that you listen. I won't let my guard down. Now again. Right now I'm completely defenseless. Alright, now if that part still confused you, you can always rewind the video, but let's put those two parts, everything I played, all together. Thumb on middle C and the C, E, G, middle C triad. If I could fly, I'd be coming right back home to you. I think I might give up everything, just ask me to. Now here's the pre-chorus. We're starting on E with our middle finger. Pay attention, I hope that you're listening. C, thumb. I won't let my guard down. Right now I'm completely defenseless. Now that's both those parts put together, and if you got that, great. Now we're moving on to the chorus. So now we're going to the part where it goes, for your eyes only. So again, we're starting on this middle C with our thumb. And remember when I was talking about C's before on how the C is always below this first black key in the group of two? So for example, this is a group of two, this is a group of two, and as you can notice, this is a group of three right here. So you can definitely tell the difference. You can definitely find what's a group of two and what's a group of three. Below every group of two, we have a middle C to the left of this first black key. So here's our group of two. And right below this one is a C. So that means our C would also be right there. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because in the song lyric, for your eyes only, if we're starting here on this middle C, we end up going to a C5, which is the next C on the keyboard. I'm gonna have to turn my camera for this. It might be easier if I show you guys a scale. So here's our C scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So this is where we were. This is a middle C, and now this is a C5. This is the C above it. And like I said, this is a C because it's right to the left of this first black key in the group of 2. So now moving on to the chorus, as I said, we're starting on middle C like we were before with our thumb, and make sure on this other C, your pinky is on this C. So thumb to pinky. And again, if you can't stretch your hands, you can always play with 2 hands. You can do... But in terms of hand positioning, I'm just going to use my one hand because that's what I'm familiar with. So when we're singing For Your Eyes Only, the for and the your in the sentence are an octave apart. They're 2 C's apart. So for your... Again, I'm sick, so I can't really hit that note. I'm sorry. So that's C to C, B, A, G. So if you guys notice again, there's a bit of a pattern here. There's a lot of like scales going on. Like we're kind of just going... See how we're just kind of going down the keyboard with our hand? Pinky, 4th finger, middle finger, 2nd finger. So if your pinky is on C5, then that means your 4th finger should be on B, your middle finger should be on A, and your 2nd finger should be on G. For your eyes only, I show you my heart. So that part's really easy because again, we're just going up the scale before, remember? Da, na, 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 na. So that's your thumb, 2nd finger, and middle finger. C, D, D, E, E. And then you just repeat that again. For when you're lonely. And now back down to middle C. Forget who you are. Now that's a little bit different. We're jumping from a G to an E. So instead of going... That was the first thing we did. But this time it's C, D, D, G, E. And remember, your pinky should be on G and your middle finger should have been on E. Back down to middle C. Now repeat. Back down to C. Dun, dun, dun. Now pinky on G. Dun, dun. And now again with this next part, we're still going from C to C, same hand position, thumb to pinky, but now this part's a little bit different. It goes... So still, again, don't get discouraged. This part is still very easy, I assure you. So again, we're gonna go from C to C, just like we did in the other part. But instead of going, we're gonna go. And now when we're at this B with our 4th finger, we're gonna go, no, no, no. So again, it's like a scale again. A, B, C. And that's middle finger, 4th finger, pinky. And now, just like before, we're going back down to the middle C. Dun, 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 dun. And again, just like a scale, we're going up. Na, 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 na. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. Ba, ba, da, ba, ba. So let's try that whole part again. I'll play it slow. Go up. Back down to C. Now back down. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now play it full speed. Again, if you had any trouble with that, you can always rewind the video and go back to that. But now we're just going to move on to combining all those parts together. And it's really nice because we're always starting on this middle C with our thumb. So it's a pretty easy song to get if you're starting to learn. And you can follow along with me as well. Now we're going to start on E, the middle finger. Now we're on to the chorus, and remember, C to C, thumb to pinky. Back down to C. Now this is where the switch up happens. Back down to C. And that is pretty much the whole song minus the bridge. Now for time's sake, I'm not going to teach the bridge in this video, sorry about that, but this is the main chunk of the song. I feel like if you know how to play this much of the song, you can pretty much say, hey, I know how to play If I Could Fly by One Direction, and you can impress all your friends and your family, and that's just a really good feeling to know how to play one song on the piano. So again, if you had any trouble with this, you can always rewind the video. I don't know your guys' level of playing piano. I don't know if you want to learn the left hand along with the right hand, or if you just want to learn the right hand. But as I said, I'm just doing basics, so that's why I just focused on right hand, because what I found with a lot of beginners is they don't know how to play left hand with right hand yet. It's very confusing, and they just don't have that coordination yet with both hands. So I just say to start with right hand first, and once you really master that, then maybe we can focus on some left hand. But if you're just starting out, don't get discouraged and try to do everything at once. You really want to just stay with the basics and start with right hand. But when you're ready, we can get to that part. Remember, piano is a journey. Don't rush it, you will get there. So again, if you want me to play other songs, just write it down below, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.